Small group this morning. We have a small group, so please raise your hand, ask questions out loud, utilize the chat feature, whatever's easiest for you. It'll probably take us maybe 15 minutes or so to go through the PowerPoint. Thank you, Joy and Lena, for recording the session so we can post it online. So you can always refer back to it if you have a question as well. But again, we have a small group, so please ask questions along the way. So give me a moment here to start sharing my screen.
And I'll just add, as Dr. Kleppel is sharing his screen, if your microphone's not behaving for you, if you would rather drop your question in the chat, Lena and I are happy to keep an eye on the chat so we can let Brian know what your question is and also answer you in the chat. So don't feel like you have to speak if your microphone's misbehaving on you.
Great, thank you so much, Joy. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with the slide presentation. Again, please jump in if you have questions along the way. So again, from all of us and from Western Carolina University, welcome to graduate school and your graduate program based here in Cullowhee. So I can forward here. A little bit of information, just contact how to get a hold of us. You've obviously successfully applied, you've been admitted, you've been enrolled in classes, which is wonderful. We're physically located in what's called the Cordelia Camp building on campus. You have probably been interacting with us either through the grad@wcu.edu email address. You see our phone number there as well. Please don't hesitate to call at any time. We're generally always available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. If you leave something for us after hours, we'll obviously catch it the following day when we're in the office. The overall WCU website is wcu.edu, and also please refer to the graduate school website at grad.wcu.edu. If you are a Facebooker, please like us on Facebook and connect us that way. Lena is handling our social media accounts and we'll be activating those as well. Just a note about campus, if you have not been on campus before, we are obviously based in Cullowhee, North Carolina. The historical part of campus is more or less the hill, which includes the chancellor's residence and location. The photo that you see on the slide is the center part of campus, which includes the clock tower and also the catafount. If you haven't guessed by now, nearly everything has been branded catamount or catafount of some sort across campus. We also have a west part of campus, which is the opposite side of Highway 107. Which primarily includes a very large and relatively modern health sciences building. A couple of notes, hopefully you've already registered for classes. To do that, you'll need to utilize your My WCU student portal. You can see the link on the slide there. And again, this presentation is being recorded, so please don't write feverishly when you're trying to keep up. You'll be able to replay or record the presentation to help you see some of the links and the items that are moving along. Just a note, your official communication for all university business and certainly graduate school business is through your Catamount email address, and it'll be somewhere along the format of you. You might see an example of mine, brian1@catamount.wcu.edu. The trailing part of the suffix will be the same for your email address. It'll obviously be unique for each of you. Please check it frequently. What does that mean? Once a day is probably the expectation. If there is a question, an issue, a billing problem, a great opportunity. I know that Joy and Lena are working on some award nominations that there'll be communications sent out next week. Those are all handled or directed to you via your university email, and that's specifically your Catamount email address. Word of warning, please be cautious of forwarding your Catamount email to either a Gmail or some sort of a work account that you might have. Not all of those email forwarding features work well, and that may compromise your Catamount email. So you may want to simply maintain your Catamount email and again, get into the habit of checking it daily. To set up your activate your Catamount email, you see the address there, web address, which is email.wcu.edu. Note about parking. All of you will be on campus here in Cullowhee. If you have a car or vehicle that you're commuting to campus with, it absolutely needs to be registered with WCU parking services. They are located here on campus. You'll be able to also reach their web address, which you see at parking.wcu.edu. Just to note, you will not receive a parking placard to put on your rearview mirror. You will not receive a parking sticker. You simply need to record and register your license plate, which is how they actually scan and check through all the parking lots. So even I and Joy and Lena, who commute to campus each day, need to have our vehicles registered on campus so that they know who the vehicle belongs to. And if you have any questions, you see the phone number there of 828-227-7411. CatTran. CatTran, again, everything's branded Cat or Catamount on campus, includes the small minibuses, which you see in the photo here. CatTran runs daily from many of the nearby apartment buildings where you may be living to the WCU campus and buildings. They do also take weekly trips to Ingles, which is one of the local grocery store chains, and to Walmart. So if you do not have a vehicle on campus, that's a way for you to be able to connect, grocery shop, pick up other items that you might need nearby in the town of Silva. To know or see some of the additional information about routes and schedules, you see the web address of parking.wcu.edu. I'll take a moment just to stop here and ask if there are any initial questions from anyone. And again, feel free to speak up, feel free to chat. If that's easier for you, just let us know. If there aren't any questions, I'll continue on. We take safety and emergency medical services very seriously here on campus and in Cullowhee. In the event of an emergency, please call 8911 from a campus phone. So any campus phone that you see in a building, an office, a lab, if the classroom happens to have a phone connection, please dial that number. And I ask you literally right now to grab your cell phone and please add this phone number, which is area code 828-227-8911 to your cell phone now. Just please take a moment to do that. You can identify, highlight it, and call it AAA emergency, whatever makes sense in your phone, so that if you do have an emergency, again, a medical emergency, a safety emergency, you can reach the campus 911. The reason why we ask you to include that 8 is that literally takes you to police services, which is literally located outside of my office window and Joy's and Lena's office windows here in the graduate school. They will immediately be able to direct you to the help, the services, police, fire, emergency, medical, whatever it might be across campus. So again, please add that phone number to your cell phone now so that it's available in case you might ever need it. CAT card. The CAT card is your ID card on campus. All of us here on Cullowhee have them. As a student or a graduate student, you will need them to access the library, to access the athletic or recreation facilities, to access printing on campus, whatever the campus resource might be. If you don't currently have a CAT card, you can utilize and you can email your 920 number, which is your student ID number, which would have been in some of your initial communications from the graduate school, a selfie photo, and a mailing address. And you see the email address there, catcard@wcu.edu. They will process that for you and they will mail it to your whatever address you provide to them so that you have your CAT card on campus. You can also utilize the CAT card office, which is located in the Brown building, just like the color BROWN. On campus, they'll actually be able to take your photo, process your CAT card, and hand it to you that way as well. WCU bookstore. There is a bookstore on campus. Students may purchase textbooks or graduation merchandise when it comes time for you to graduate. Of course, they have a website, which is books.wcu.edu. And Lena, I'm going to ask you to jump in here. You had done some homework for us this week to identify. Many students call and ask what materials or books are required for their courses. So Lena, do you want to identify the graphic that you inserted here, please?
Yes, and I also wanted to note that in the chat, Joy had mentioned getting onto Canvas to also look at your syllabi just to see what textbooks are available for your course. Some instructors also provide some content, so definitely before ordering and paying the big bucks, make sure you get in touch with your instructor to make sure some of that material is either already provided or what their best way of ordering it cheaply. But you can also go to the link Brian provided in the slide and navigate to the textbook section and then go to textbook online ordering. And then you can select the term that you are going into. So spring 23, the department, and then you can also find the course instructor, and then it will populate the list of books that you can order from the bookstore. There are also options to rent the books. And that's one other way to kind of find out what books are required, but I definitely encourage you to reach out to your instructor just to make sure that they don't either provide them or have a better way of ordering them.
Great. Thanks so much, Lena. Any questions on books or materials?
Now, how do we log into Canvas?
Lena, could you answer that?
So you can navigate to Canvas within my WCU. And then from there, there is a spot where it says Canvas, and it should automatically either get you into Canvas or use your sign in for my WCU. And then your courses will be on Canvas. Sometimes instructors don't open up their course on Canvas until a little bit sooner. But it should populate in Canvas your course, and hopefully your instructor has their syllabi. And if not, you can always email your professor too ahead of time in case you want that information sooner and it's not in Canvas.
Okay, and is there a way to log into Canvas on my computer without verifying that on my phone?
I believe there is there an app, Joy, for Canvas that students can use? I think there might be.
Well, I mean,
But
just logging into my WCU, like,
Yeah, no,
it always does the.
Yeah, sorry, Glenn, and that's the same frustration that we all have here too, is that two-step authentication, you have to be able to do that. So it can be a real hassle, but you've got to be able to get the code on your phone to be able to log in. You can set up an authenticator eventually, but it's not any better.
Gotcha.
Great. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Elena, and thanks for the question. Onto the IT help desk. I have worked at other universities. Joy has as well. The IT group here at Western Carolina University is excellent. If you have any hardware, software issues, please reach out. You see their web address, doit.wcu.edu, or please feel free to give them a call at 828-227-7487. They frequently, as long as you have internet connection, will be able to actually connect to your laptop or your phone or your other device, and to be able to help change a setting or show you or demonstrate an item to be able to do that. There is wireless connectivity available throughout the campus here in Cullowhee. We encourage you to utilize the wireless web link, which is EduRoam. If you are currently a student or have been a student at another university, many universities utilize EduRoam, which authenticates or approves that you are a valid student or a valid staff or faculty member, and allows you to connect automatically. Perhaps you're taking some courses in Cullowhee and some at our Biltmore Park and Asheville location, and EduRoam works in both of those locations as well. So Joy, Lena, any other items I should add regarding IT? Awesome. Paw print. If you're here on campus in Cullowhee, there's probably going to be a need for you to print something, paper, materials, projects, literature cited, whatever the case may be. There are black and white and color copiers, printers, and scanners that are located throughout campus. Every building has multiple locations where they are located. To print something, you will need to utilize the CAT card, which I covered earlier. The cost to you as a student is 5 cents per page for black and white and 25 cents per page for color. You can put money onto your CAT card. You see the My WCU. Someone had asked earlier about the My WCU page. You obviously have connections to that, or there is a link as well to be able to add additional funds to that. You can add them online via a credit or a debit card, and you can also do online deposits as well. to put funds onto your paw print or onto your CAT card in order to utilize paw print. Many of us utilize scanning of materials, projects, transcripts, and items throughout the day. Scanning is typically free, but you will need a CAT card in order to access the online and copier systems to do that. Hunter Library. Most of us access the library online, or nearly all of us access the library online, but please know that there is a physical space at Hunter Library as well. They have an awesome group of reference librarians that will be able to help you with databases, documents, materials, ebooks, online resources, etc. Please feel free to reach out to them at library.wcu.edu. And again, you'll need that CAT card, which I've talked about a couple of times if you're going to be checking out physical materials or books as well. Many graduate students, myself included, needed to use Writing and Learning Commons. So the Writing and Learning Commons, or the WALK, is a place for you to go on campus, either virtually or in person, to be able to access additional help for writing. Writing as a graduate student is different than you did for writing as an undergraduate student. If you are writing a specific project, if you have a specific thesis or material, or even a disquisition or dissertation, if you're in a program, the writing needs or requirements are different. If you need additional help, please utilize it. You can make an appointment. You see the link there as well at 828-227-2274. And you can also access the WALK via your My WCU page. They have graduate students who are paid as graduate assistants to be able to help you with your graduate writing needs. So you'll be able to get the specialized service that you need. And again, please utilize it. It's a great tool as a graduate student. As you are working through your program or completing your program, if you need additional help or advice or resources for career and professional development, you can access that through the Center for Career and Professional Development Center, careers.wcu.edu. One example of the type of services that they provide: nearly every search for a job, both on campus and elsewhere in the world, typically requires some sort of an online Zoom or other software interview. They will actually be able to help you record, provide you with a mock interview, and then help to play it back and critique you, and to help you to be able to strengthen your online interviewing skills to enable you to get your foot in the door or to move up in your position or your career as part of the online interviewing process. And that's simply one example, one resource that they provide. Counseling, we have a CAP Center, a Counseling and Psychological Services Center on campus that provides both virtual and in-person counseling resources for students, staff, and faculty that are available on campus on a short-term basis at no cost. There are also some additional longer-term resources that are available, kind of strengthening and prevention type materials and resources as well. You see their website at caps.wcu.edu, as well as their phone number to go from there. I'm going to take another breather here and ask if anybody has any questions along the way. Thank you so much. On to health services. Health services are available to any campus or any student here in Cullowhee. They are available in person in the Bird building, just like a bird flies. So Bird building, BIRD, or via telehealth. There are emergency medical services that are provided by a campus EMS. So think of the campus emergency or ambulance service that is available. The ambulance service is available 24/7 when classes are in session. And same thing, please utilize that emergency phone number, 828-227-8911, if you or a classmate or anyone else on campus may need those emergency medical and health services. Health services are available again in the Bird building. Those are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And to schedule an appointment, you see the phone number listed as well. Recreation and wellness. Part of your physical health and part of your mental health is to be active and to maintain, hopefully, your high quality health and well-being. By utilizing your CAT card, you do have access to the Cullowhee Campus Recreation Center. It includes gym, free weights, materials, workout rooms, campus or university pool, a 52-foot climbing wall, outdoor recreation resources and items as well. So lots of things are available. We are very active an outdoor centered campus, and you see their web address at reccenter.wcu.edu. Food pantry, myself included as a graduate student, was a food insecure graduate student. We have a location on campus called Home Base, which includes both food pantry and student support services. This is a facility that is open on campus within walking distance of the center part of campus for serving students working on an on-call basis. To access those resources, their director's name is Jim Dean, and Jim can be accessed if you text him directly at 828-508-0035. And you also see their web address as well to be able to access those services. We have food pantry services available in Cullowhee, as well as in our Biltmore Park location in Asheville. Academic policies, so kind of final notes and help here. So the email that's available, grad@wcu.edu, is our central email address that comes to the graduate school. Joy, Lena, and others in the graduate school help to monitor and respond to any questions and resources that you might need. Please also feel free, if it's easier to call to solve a question or a problem, please don't hesitate to call us at 828-227-7398 for additional information about the graduate school policies. And please keep in mind that we're here to help you succeed and to overcome whatever hurdles or problems or challenges you might have. Just a reminder to everyone, as a graduate student, your dismissal policy or dismissal systems are different. One failing grade or one F grade will result in your dismissal from graduate school. Also, in most programs, 3 grades of C will result in your dismissal from the graduate school. So we hope that none of you will encounter these grades or these problems. So we're just trying to make you aware of it up front. If you have a challenge or a problem with a course or a system or a software or a process, please reach out to your faculty members. Please reach out to your program director. And please reach out to us in the graduate school. We will do all that we can to help you to be successful. Transfer credit, I'm going to ask Joy to jump in on the transfer credit one and also the stop out policy as well. Joy?
So we do have some transfer credit, and it's something that is initiated from the student and the program that you're in. So if you've taken a course, a graduate level course, we don't accept any undergraduate level. But if you've taken something like an intro course that you think it's the same course that you have here for your in your program, you work with the program director. If your program director approves it, y'all will fill out a form, sign it, and send it to us at the graduate school, and we will put that transfer credit in for you. So that's, again, you can reach out if you're wondering, but that process starts at the program level. So that's transfer credit. The stop out policy deals with how many semesters can you not be enrolled before you have to reapply. And that is 3 consecutive semesters. So if for some reason something happens and you should decide that you need to take summer or fall off, that's fine. You can do that. It may be that there are no courses offered. It may be that you've got to focus on something other than school for that semester. And you can do that 2 times with really no consequences. But if you sit out 3 consecutive semesters, and summers are included in those 3 consecutive semesters, you will need to reapply to your program. So just that's the stop out policy that's for both undergrad and grad at Western Carolina.
Great. Thank you so much, Joy.
Sure.
And just a note for students as well, withdrawing from a course or withdrawing from WCU, there are, of course, valid reasons from withdrawing from a course or from Western. They may include a medical withdrawal or problems, military deployment, some other extenuating circumstances for other withdrawals. If you withdraw or stop going to classes, please withdraw, because faculty members, if you don't complete the materials, their only choice at the end of the semester is to give you a failing grade. So please withdraw if that's what you might need to do, again, due to military deployment, medical issues, or others. If you need assistance or help with that, please reach out to the graduate school. We also have an Office of Student Retention that can help you navigate that process as well. Student conduct modules, there's something called EverFi. As a new graduate student on or about the 31st of January, you will receive a couple of email modules or training modules that you'll need to complete. There are 3 modules. A couple of the topics are diversity and inclusion and sexual assault. If you are a student who is younger than 24, you'll also need to complete an alcohol education module. All students at Western Carolina, grad and undergrad alike, and us as faculty and staff members need to complete similar training as well. Again, we're trying to make a safe, happy, and well campus. And again, you'll receive those modules in your campus Catamount email on or about the 31st of January as new graduate students. And as other resources, you'll also see a couple of links down the bottom for a code of student conduct or student community ethics pages as well. Canceling classes. We are currently on the 12th of January. We occasionally have snow or ice events here in January or February or March. Those will be notified and informed on campus. You can see them on weather.wcu.edu. They will typically be posted on the WCU homepage as well on wcu.edu. And you'll typically also receive an announcement if there is a change in classes that'll be sent to you via your campus email. If you're in an online course or online materials, you'll oftentimes see that in Canvas as well. Please reach out to your instructor. As graduate students or in graduate courses, you are typically still continuing on with your course. There may be alternative materials, methods, projects, papers that you're doing instead of attending class that day. Again, if we do have a snow or ice or other severe weather event. And again, final slide here, just please remember that the graduate school is here and is happy to assist you, and we can be reached at any time. Again, you see our email address and our phone number, and best wishes for a wonderful semester. And again, major resources are available at grad.wcu.edu. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here and come back and play. So hopefully Lena and Joy have been able to answer questions that you might have posted in the chat session. Are there any questions that any of you might have that we haven't addressed or haven't talked about so far? Again, please use whatever is easiest via chat, or if you unmute yourself, or if you have other questions, please let us know. Anything else that we can help you with? Joy, Lena, any other input? And it looks like Glenn might have unmuted there. Glenn, is there something we can assist you with?
Yeah. You know, it's been like, I don't know, 13 years since I was an undergrad. So I'm kind of old school. And I'm already kind of bugging you guys the most, it seems. But basically, there's like a laundry list of things that I have to do between now and Tuesday, just to make sure that I am not missing things getting started out of the gate so I can get the strongest start. And you guys seem pretty generous. So as far as checking off my list so that I make sure I'm absolutely ready, is there like one person that I should be checking in with, or should I just like bug the team in general until it's like, okay, he's got everything ready and it's Monday, he's good to go?
I would say as a graduate student, your program director and your advisor, and sometimes those are the same person, is probably your most crucial person to be able to help you navigate if there's something you need to do that's specific to your course or courses or specific to your program.
Yeah, Bridget and Rachel. So I got those two.
Right. Those would be your number one or your number two people to be able to contact and reach out with.
Okay.
Is there anything else? And obviously Lena and Joy have been able to help you with some of your other questions that you might have posted in the chat as well. So, but those would be, and if I was a graduate student, that's who I would be going to as my primary sources of support.
Thanks, Dr. Kleppel.
And Glenn, you can also feel free, if just for peace of mind, because I know what it feels like to have a hiatus in your education, and the game's changed a lot in 13 years. If you want, to send the laundry list to the grad at WCU, if you want to just send us that as an email for peace of mind, we can say, yep. We can kind of be a quick sounding board for you. Either Lena or I will grab those. But in some of them, if you ask us something real specific, we may say, check with Rachel on that one, but we can pull her in the conversation as well.
Yeah, there's only one. I mean, along with all the list of things, there's a few things that are like, oh, you'll have to do this, by the end of your 4th or 5th semester before, graduating, internships, all those things. But there's something coming up. It says before January 27th. early field experience application, EFX application. And that's something I just caught wind of a couple of days ago.
Yeah, that's definitely a Rachel White thing. Anything that's teacher related, like, you know, which is what that is, to get that early field experience documented, reach out to Rachel, and you will find that she is very responsive.
She is, yeah. I've been actually using her for the last like 2 months, and she is
Yeah,
insanely
amazing.
responsive. She's great. And she had to push something through for me so that I could register, because I was registering for, I think, EDCI 500. And it was telling me that I didn't meet a prereq, and she corrected it so I could register. So I got registered, but then this email came through about the prereq being the EFX application. So it was sort of like a out of order sort of sequence there.
Yeah.
But I assumed that this is why I wasn't meeting a prereq, because I hadn't signed up for this yet. So anyway.
Probably. But yeah, she'll be able to help, and whoever the instructor is. It could be that class you're talking about that you're registering for is where you will get your field experiences. But I do know you're gonna need to be fingerprinted. There's, an additional long list of things that teachers in training get to do. So just reach out to her, and she can just make sure you've crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's.
Sure. Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks, Glenn. Other questions that anyone has? Hearing none, we're at about 35 minutes after the hour. So again, if you have other questions that you haven't thought of now, excuse me, or you need assistance with over the upcoming days and weeks, we will actually be recording. We have recorded and we'll be posting the Zoom session for today on the orientation page on the graduate school website, so you can refer back to it. If you have other questions that we can help you with from the graduate school, please reach out to us via phone or email. We provided that a couple of times today. And again, final send off. Welcome to Western Carolina University. Welcome to graduate school. We're absolutely delighted that you're here with us. And if there's anything that we can do to help you with, please let us know. Have a great semester and a great career here at Western. Thanks, everyone.